something. So basically, you need to, all right, decide the topic first. That's the first thing that you should do. All right, let's say the topic today is the practice of ascetic Gautama. Then you need to do the research. You need to create the essay outline. So we will briefly do something, all right? Then after that, you need to do revision. So let's go for this one. So it's very important to determine the types of essay. What kind of essay you want to write? Do you want to write like story? You know, it's especially if you want to talk about your meditation experience, you write story. But if you want to write like Abhidhamma, maybe you do more like definition. Or like for this kind of topic, ascetic Gautama, is it good or bad? You can do the compare or contrast, right? So basically, any writing, you need to have an introduction. You need to have a conclusion. This one I already mentioned in my first research methodology, part 1. And introduction, then conclusion. Then introduction and conclusion should link to each other. But in between, there will be a body paragraph. There will be idea 1, idea 2, and idea 3. Minimally, you need to have a 3 ideas, right? And the introduction should make it interesting, right? It should be able to make the reader interested to read. Because in the world, there exist so many articles, so many texts. And if people read first paragraph, they are not interested, they will not want to spend their time so more, right? So let's say if you're going to put the title, the practice of ascetic Gautama, maybe it sounds boring. So maybe we can change the title. First, we can change the title, then we can maybe call it how you call it? The spell. We can put it like this, the spell practice of ascetic Gautama. Then it make it more interesting, right? Then introduction, you can write more about why the ascetic Gautama spell the practice, or why is it the practice spell. So with the interesting introduction, then the title will be the title interesting, then the introduction also interesting. After that, into introduction itself, you should have the mini outlines, right? Because people will not have time to read everything, but at least by the introduction, you may be in the introduction side, you can talk about the like just now, self mortification, and then against the self indulgence, okay, and talking about like 6 years and maybe 5 companion. So kind of like mini title, mini topic in the introduction. Then people will know what kind of things that you want to talk about, right? Then body paragraph. Now, he said the first paragraph should be the first one should be the strongest one. If you are the one to do argument, then you use your strongest argument. Normally we will have one paragraph you can use for one fact. But if you want to put 2 facts, you can if they are linking with each other. All right. Then when you want to write paragraph, you need to write the bridging, like for example, paragraph to paragraph, sentence to sentence, close to close. Then you need to connect them. Okay, so with just the things. Okay. Right. So you need to use conjunction. Then sometimes in this you can put some advantages or disadvantages, all right? But sometimes if you don't know how to think, you can use the question who, where, whom, how to think about that, right? Okay, now we are going to write, okay, just from, for example, in the introduction, I already talked about self-mortification, self-indulgence, and 5 companions, all right? Now talking about my body paragraph, how should I write it? Okay, for example, this is my example here. Okay, anybody can suggest the first paragraph. What should I write? How about Bande or Venerable? Are you still here? What should I write for my first paragraph? What should I write for my second paragraph? What should I write for my third paragraph? Okay, based on this topic. Okay, this is the topic here. Okay, topic. Then we call it the body here, body paragraph. right? Okay, Pandey, you have any idea?
Maybe write about self-mortification and self-indulgence.
Okay, self-mortification. And that's why I say here, if your topic is these two facts are linking, you can put together like now. You know, this is actually two facts here. Indulgence. Okay. Okay. Forget already the word. Yeah. Okay, so you have two facts, but you can put in the same paragraph. How about second paragraph? What should I write? Venerable Sadanandi. Yes. Can you think about something? What should I write for this topic? The felt practice of ascetic Gautama. Or any other person, can you suggest a topic here? Anything you want to write, an idea here? Okay.
The five companions.
Sorry?
Five companions and the background, the Indian cultural
Five
background
companions
and the background.
and Indian culture.
Yeah.
Okay,
To
so Indian culture.
Indian culture towards this what correct asceticism.
Okay, towards asceticism. All right. Okay. How about the third one? The third point, fourth point. Minimum, we need to have 5 points, you know, at least 5 points. What else should we write?
Visit the Mara.
Mara, okay. Maybe Mara later. So beside the Mara, what else? So, yes, Venerable Sadanandi.
Yeah, the teacher, the way, I mean the teacher that he meets.
The teacher.
Yeah, I mean the first one, the Rama Karama.
Okay. Udaka Lama Puta. Okay. Alara, Salama, and Udaka Lama Puta. Okay, so what do they teach? To the jhana only, right? Towards the samatha, to the 7 and 8 jhana. Okay. Okay. Then Brother Ong, he's talking about what Mara coming, right? Mara come and then temptation of the Mara, right? Okay. How about any other point we can write? Now, the topic when we put the word fail is very interesting already. Now, at first, let's say we must have interesting topic. If you put the practice or aspect of mind, it sounds very boring. But if you spell the word fail, then we understand, oh, it's failing. So it makes the topic more interesting, right? Oh, okay, so any other point that people can think about? Self-mortification, indulgence, we have already. 5 companions and Indian culture, we have already. The teachers, they all this practice did not lead to nibbana, okay, or to the deadness. Okay, then mala coming, right? So okay, let's say we put a mala coming here. Yes, and then of course we can talk about the last one. The last one is the middle path. That's the main thing, right? So the middle way. The middle way. Okay, so like this, I think there's a lot of things to write. But if let's say if you only got, let's say for the exam like 30 minutes, there will be 3 hours, maybe 5 questions. So basically you only got about 30 minutes, right? So for 30 minutes, maybe introduction, you can take about maybe, let's say maybe you need 5 minutes. Then body here, you have 5 points here. So basically you will have how many? Maybe 5 minutes each. Yeah. Yeah. So you don't have much time. Yeah. Then you need a conclusion also. Okay. So conclusion, right? Conclusion, the first is the final chance, all right, to make your case rigid format, all right. Actually, the conclusion is same as the introduction because it will repeat the important point there, all right. But it is actually kind of like you make your final statement, you know. It's actually put the final statement like, why do you think he fell? That kind of thing, yeah. but it can be different from the introduction because you can show that if you are talking about research, you can talk about any needed information or you can acknowledge, all right? Okay, so okay, let's think about this for this topic, the failed practice of Gautama. What kind of conclusion can we do? So introduction, we already have talked about little bit of self-motivation, self-indulgence, 5 companions. So for the conclusion, okay. So example here, okay. For this topic, okay. So how many points can we have here? All right. So any idea for the conclusion? How about any teacher here? Doris, you are teacher, right? Who else is a teacher? Must find the teacher. Any real teacher? Not to say real, but any school teacher here? How about Amy, Cynthia? Are you teacher or not? Gan Lao, Linda. All right. So how about Doris Chi? Any contribution from you?
Maybe the outcome from this
Okay.
field, the practice.
Outcome from
Outcome of
failed
this
practice.
failed
Okay,
practice.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the outcome?
That means it's not beneficial. It
Not
doesn't serve
beneficial.
any purpose.
I'm beneficial to him. Okay.
I'm beneficial.
Okay, good. So it actually linked with this body as well. All right. Okay.
Yes.
So yes. So yeah. Then you also can put something like needed information, but I think it's not needed here because this is for research. This is just not research. It's just a besides outcome. You can repeat some of the things like middle way, right? Middle path means that not the
Extreme.
too extreme. Yes. Okay. All right. So what else?
Ignoble. The outcome from failed practice, he feel that the practice of self-modification, the extremes are ignoble.
Okay. Ignoble. All right.
IGNOBLE.
Ignoble. Okay. All right. So finally, where at the end, what did he really practice? Just now we remember we talking about jhana, right? He was using the anapanasati, breathing meditation, as a tool to help him gain the concentration, maybe gain the peacefulness of mind.
Yeah, he recalled
Yeah,
during
he
the
recalled.
Flowering
Yeah.
Festival.
Yes. Okay. All right. So then people might come to this question. They're talking about, oh, he's practicing samatha here. But of course, at that time, there's no vipassana. There's no vipassana yet, right? Because he had not become Buddha. So you can say, okay, no vipassana yet. No vipassana yet, okay? Yeah. So it's only samatha. Okay, so like this, you also introduce some new topic. You talk about, because conclusion must have some extra facts rather than the compared to introduction. You're talking about here, we already lead to the vipassana. Okay. Then if next you're going to write another article, you can write more about vipassana. Okay. All right. So for those who do the other research, if you are doing Abhidhamma, you can write more needed information, acknowledgement. Okay. So after you finish writing, what should you do? You can just leave it for a while because after writing, you all feel very tired. So you need to do revision. You can leave it for a few days later. So first you should do is be the editor. So you do all the checking with the spelling checker, check with all the grammar point, and recheck your facts, because we might copy and paste wrongly. So we need to recheck our facts to make sure we don't do wrongly. Then after that, you leave it a while, then you come back and read yourself. So at that time, you don't think about you as an editor. You just become normal reader. You just read your own things. Then you find out which one you like, which one you don't like. Then you can note the inconsistency in all your sentences, maybe in your paragraphs, maybe your ideas also you don't happy with it. Then you can write. But sometimes if you really make lots of inconsistency or a lot of mistake, you don't like it, you really can just throw away. All right, throw away and rewrite again. But at the time, people say it's very sayang lah, because you spend so much effort. But if really needed, you can throw away, you know. And then if needed, you need to add in more reference, new material. Maybe like last time you find out, you can talk about, you can write about, you can put in some talking about we call it the, what is it? Pilgrimage, you know, where people go to India. Why do they go to India? To see the place where Gautama, the Buddha Gautama, where he stayed. All right.
4 sides.
Yeah, 4 side, the spiritual place. Okay, so that's important. And for whatever writing you do, always remember to put in the reference. Like my reference, I get from this authoring of PhD, I take about international student, I take from some of things. So we should have the reference. Then we know that next time if you want to check, or if people are reading your work, if you're interested, they can find some more there. All right. So is Ong not in yet, because I want to show the Sister Ong
I'm
article.
in. So
Not
I'm
in, ah?
here. Yes, I'm
Okay,
here.
good. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
You just join in, right?
Yeah, just came in. Yes, just